Hey folks, Rob out here finally getting to work on this truck. Been kind of delayed in getting out here. Been other things that are higher priority. But today we got out here. The boys been helping me rip some stuff off. We got a lot of the old spray equipment ripped off. Stuff we don't need for our purposes. So main thing I've been working on today is trying to put this boom back together. So the idea is this boom all folds up. There's a hydraulic system back here and it opens up. I'm going to try and rig up a shade system on this. But initially, I unbolted it. You can see right there, this front structure unbolts. And these were about an additional 15 feet or so. Stuck out a good 10 feet in front of the truck. And I couldn't get it into my machine shed because it was too long. So I unbolted them, took them off. But now I realized I need that last little bit of length so that they can sit in these cradles right here. Because otherwise they get bouncing too much and there's nothing to support it. So what I did, I pulled them off, cut the excess length off this morning, and now I just welded them back together right there. So I put the bolts back in and welded them so they can't hinge, and now I think we're back in business. So the next step is to get the rest of this hoses and that type of thing off of here, and then see where we go from there. Wish me luck. So what I'm doing right now, trying to disconnect the main hydraulic pump. So this was the old sprayer pump that took the water from the main tank, and there was a mixing box here that I just removed. And so this is the main hydraulic motor that runs the pump. So I want to disconnect this, and this will be the last of the pumping mechanism that then has to come off. So get these bolts off, undo the bracket down here, and then we should be good to go.
So I'm sitting here in the cab of this truck right now, and I just wanted to show you a couple of things in here. Really kind of pretty impressive for early 80s technology of what all was involved in this vehicle. So I just wanted to show you a few things. So here, kind of your standard big truck dashboard. But over here is all the components that ran this sprayer. And so what I want to do, I've got to isolate basically just the hydraulics right here. So all these different levers I want to maintain. So those control the boom, they'll lift it up and down, etc. This box was the main controller for the spray valves, and as I understand it, basically controlled pressure rates, etc. There's a mixing box here that helped to mix in additional chemicals to the main mix. There's some kind of a GPS, old school GPS box here to help them stay on track for where they were in a big open field. So just a lot of things here that basically I've got to figure out, how do we pull this out, isolate it, and leave these hydraulics intact so we can still run the boom.
Alright, so we're pretty much done with demolition. So I got all the pumps out, all the spraying equipment removed, the electronics out of the cab. So now I think we're about ready to transition and start putting this thing back together, see if I can get the hydraulics working, and then see if this thing actually holds water. That'll be the big test we haven't really run yet. So stay tuned and we'll see what happens.